How's it going, everybody? Jody in here, and we're back with another episode in our Stormworks series. And as you can see, today we are working on the sea base. So this is the sea base that I built quite a while ago, quite a long time ago, and it is in dire need of an upgrade. So I should say it's in dire need of I got not really an upgrade, but more of an extension, more of an increase in production, increase in size. Uh, need to build bigger, need to build better. So that's what we're going to be doing today. We're going to be taking this semi behemoth of an undersea base, and we're going to be improving it because this is like I said, this is an old base. I made it a long time ago, and I'm pretty sure I showcased it on my channel once or twice. But we are going to make it so much better. And now I do want a little caveat is that I'm not going to be changing probably the existing rooms. The existing rooms will probably be staying the same. So the medical ward, the storage room, and the habitat room over here. That said, I will likely be moving the new steering room. I'll likely be moving this, and I will likely be moving the new radio or the radio room that was here. I'll likely be putting these in the same room. And I will also be moving this control room that is kind of haphazardly just sitting here out in the middle of nowhere. So, excuse me, that is on today's agenda. Oh, and I'll also probably be moving this, the airlock room. It's gonna get messy. There's a lot to do, and it is gonna get messy. There's no doubt about it, because the center core is where I want to extend out. I want to extend out this way. I want to extend out this way. And the only way to do that is to get into all of this shit that I've got buried in here. That's the only way it's going to change, or it's going to get fixed, or it's going to get, edited, is if I get into this nonsense in here. And boy, is it a mess. You can see this I don't even know what to call this. This is spaghetti. This is absolute spaghetti. That's what it is. And I could probably make it better than this. So there's going to be some things that I'm going to be taking out, completely destroying in order to put them back in. There's going to be some things that I'm going to have to figure out again. And basically, it's going to be a process. It's going to be a process. This electrolyzer system down here, it's going to be coming out. The ballast tank is going to be not rejoined, but it's going to be re-added. So cutting this wall out over here, cutting this wall out over here, and sealing the middle between the two. So that's going to be happening. I'm going to be bringing in our most recent builds, the desalination plant, as well as the what was the other one? Water filtration plant, or not desalination. For crying out loud. Okay, I'm gonna actually bring those in right now, just so I have them here. Oh yeah, okay. This guy, compact desalination plant. At least I think that's what it's called. It's pretty small. It should fit. It should fit in a room here somewhere. So we'll paste that there and clear content. And the other one that we're going to bring in is a little bit taller, the oxygen hydrogen plant. So this one, I'm not too sure about this one. This one's a bigger size, so it might be a little harder to place, but we'll find a spot. I do have a lot of weight to trim down in this thing. This is going to be, like I said, this is going to be a rebuild, kind of. It's going to be extensive. It's going to be involved. It's going to be a royal pain in the ass. So this could be a long episode. I know the last one I finally got down to about an hour on the last one. I know the ones before it were like 6 hours, 7 hours. They were just like, yeah, they were like, hold on to your butts, here we go. So what is the light connected to on the door? It's connected to. Do I have this controller saved somewhere? Sump pump with LED. I do. Opens and on single if connected. Fluid sensors detect more than 10 units, and RGB output LED. Okay, so I do have that. Okay, I just want to make sure I had that saved before I started tearing into the side of this thing. Okay, so what I'm going to be doing is, like I just said, I'm going to be tearing into the side of this thing. I want to do this by the numbers, which means I don't want to just sloppily start destroying things. I want to actually pull things out of it that so I won't have to rebuild them. One example is this room right here. Over here, resize. This room right here, I want to pull this, basically pull this whole room out of here, because I don't want to have to remake this room. Although, you know, pipes and stuff in the walls and whatnot, those are all going to be issues I'm going to have to deal with. So we're going to pull this out of the wall, basically, out of the side of the ship. You can see everything that's connected to it. I mean, this is a spider's nest. This is a nasty, a very nasty spider's nest of just craziness. So I'm gonna pull this out of the side here, and I'm gonna park it as if it's basically one of the units I was just dealing with over there. We're gonna park it here because I'm gonna need to move all this stuff to the new section. So we'll just park this here, paste it in place. Where's our paste? Paste. Okay, so everything stays connected. All the wiring and everything stays connected. Didn't lose anything there. You know, all the cameras, all the electrical, all the connectors. They're all staying connected because of the way I've done it. So we've got that section pulled out. Now we have to get in here, and we got to deal with our power source, because I've got some massive batteries in here that don't need to be in here. They're taking up far too much space. I did not have the glitch generator when I built this. Sea base. I didn't have the glitch generator when I built the sea base, and it shows because I have huge power sources, or huge power storage, I should say. Okay, I just put this oxygen system in. It is coming out because, yeah, it is coming out. Plug the holes. Plug the holes. Okay. That is part of the oxygen system as well. Comes out. Plug the holes. Over here, same thing. Excuse me. Over here, the same thing. That comes out. This comes out. That comes out. These come out. Those come out. Put our box back in. Okay. So that should that should have removed most of the electrolyzer system. Excuse me. You just have to remove this, that, this. This has got to go. This back wall's got to go. This goes over here. And this plant's got to go. This got to go. Bye-bye. This goes. Bye-bye. Go in the holes. Okay. And outside, everything looks good there. Excuse me. Jesus. That goes. This meter goes right there. And we lose. Oh shit. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. There. It's here and wallet. Okay, so now we have our two ballast tanks are separated again. Side by side here. You know what I may do actually? I might actually just undo what I just did by putting those in. Putting that wall in. And I might put a series of batteries down here. To get rid of the big batteries, I might put a series of the smaller batteries down here. So this will be our power bank down here. So how about we do that? We'll put two on each side. We'll put 3 up the middle. 3 up the middle. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, okay. We'll do the same thing on this side. We'll do spin it around. 1, 2. Other way. 1, 2. Spin it. And 1, 2, 3 up the middle. Okay, and then we'll wall off these. Like so. Over here. Wall it off. Like so. Okay. So we got a new battery bank. Let's take out the old battery bank. Okay, and we'll get rid of these. Get rid of these floor pipes that aren't needed anymore. Okay. That. Okay, so that is the main pressure reading there for the oxygen system, which is set up here. I don't think I deleted any of the oxygen system except for the connection to the tanks, so I can leave most of that probably intact in here. Although I could move it up. I could move it up. What is this thing? What is this big monster? An 8 number adder. Well, we'll get rid of that. We don't need that. What is... Oops. What is this thing? What are you? Composite 4-channel button. Okay, that's the control panel. Binary I/O. Number to composite. Okay, so that's the control system for the oxygen, which is on the wall over there. Okay. So let's see what we got here. Where is my? Bring you over. Up. Clear content. Okay. Now I want to resize this up to here. In. Okay. So this unit here can come out of here. And it can actually go up two blocks. So we'll go over one, up two, and that'll tuck it further up in the roof. Up there. Oh, I missed the valve. That's fine. I'll re-add that. So paste that there. Okay. Down. Back over. Okay, clear. Grab the. Where's my wall? Oh. Yeah, resize. Then bring that up. Move cut. It's going to go that way. Up and up. Yeah, okay. Set there. Okay. Merge. That. That and that. Oops. That and that. Goes back in. Okay. Now, I can move these up. This is why I'm doing it this way, so I don't have to redo all the wiring and stuff. I can just move it out of the way. Move all the wiring out of the way. So clear, resize, up, over, up. Grab this here, these panels. Do I have all three? Yeah, okay. Move cut. Shift them up to the roof, as high as it'll go. Right there is good. Okay, paste. All right, not too shabby, not too shabby. The only problem I have right now is with this pressure sensor, but I can fix that. Oh shit! I can fix that with this. I just have to replace this pipe here with a T. Get rid of this. Replace that pipe with a T. Is that a brighter color? That is, okay. Rotate this way. Actually, you know what? That's going to be coming from the... That'll be the oxygen input line. So I don't necessarily need a T there. I just need... Is it going to be a T or is it going to be... It might be an L. It might be this guy that I need here. Okay, so selection grid. Bring that over. Actually, merge. Gotta merge that. Okay. Back to selection grid. Clear. This way. Down. Size. Cut. Rotate them sideways. Over and up. And paste there. Merge that to that. Okay, our oxygen system is now completely up in the upper deck, hidden up above the roof here. So I can take this wall out, at least most of it. Do about there. Okay. Now, if I could get it all up one more, that would be, or even two more, that would be the best possible thing. I don't think I can though. I don't think I can get it into this roof cavity up here. If I could, that would be the best option. But like I said, I don't think that's going to realistically happen. Honestly, the piping I can remake. The piping's the easy part. So what I could do is nothing above that. We can put the vents up there like this. Get rid of these vents. We can put the vents up here. Because there is a point here where I cannot go any higher. I can't take all this crap up here out. There's just no way. So right now I'm just focused on getting, the hallways in. I can extend the roof here, and I can extend some of those cubby areas. So let's see, if I was going to raise the roof here, if I was going to put a roof up here, that's the stuff that I would need to get rid of, and you get all that stuff out of there. So pipe wise, not an issue. The pipe was actually going to be the easiest probably thing to move or to do, because it's already here. There's nothing to screw around with the pipe really. So let's so we'll remove the end off this pipe. It's the end. Take our selection grid, resize it. We'll see if we can't collect up the rest of this oxygen system here. Did we just do that? Did we just get it all? I think we got it all. Although there are some computers off to the side here, which are part of it, but a different part. Okay, so we'll cut this. Okay, we'll move cut that and bring it up into the rafters to see there. Okay, that's a good spot. Doesn't wipe anything out, so that's good. So we'll paste it there. Merge it in. Okay. We're going to put our pipes back in. So that there, we need a T. Yes, I use a lot of T's. And then we got this one here. Okay, so we got our oxygen system back in place. Again, we're going to probably need to figure out how we're gonna connect this up to our oxygen system, because this is our oxygen system right here. This is going to be the inline from our tanks, from our storage tanks. That's where the air is going to come from. So it'd probably be best to have a T on it right now, because I don't think it's going to go down. It's probably going to go sideways, like this, and straight out like that to somewhere. I don't necessarily know where, but that's probably the way it's going to go. Okay. These guys are too big to kind of tuck up here, but I could turn them sideways. I could turn them sideways. Okay. That'll work. So we'll move this guy over. Clear contents. Resize grid. Need to bring it in. Need to bring it down. Those are the two guys there that I want. Okay. In. Gotcha. So we do a move cut. That prevents us from having to rewire everything again. Turn them sideways. Bring them up into the roof. And Bob's your uncle. Place them right there. Paste. Merge them up. Good to go. Now for this little guy, this is our pressure sensor. We'll grab him next. So he should be relatively easy to grab. Or I should say relatively easy to relocate. Clear content. Let's go down. Resize, bring it down, bring it out. Cut. All this guy is a pressure reading. I can put him anywhere. He just reads the pressure of the base. So he can actually go anywhere. Pretty much anywhere. Let's put him facing down. And we can move him pretty much anywhere we want. As long as, as long as something's not in the way. Actually, I could put him somewhere. Okay, that's in the roof. I've got to make sure I'm not into anything. Right there would be good. If I put him right there, it'll be, yeah, that's a good spot for him. Okay. We merge. Got it. Okay, we almost got the roof here at a height where we can seal it. Not too shabby. So now we need to get this box out of here. I don't even know what this box is doing. What are you calculating? And why? Weigh the shit back there. Weigh the shit up there. What are you? Oh, I bet you these are the anchors. I bet you that's the anchor light. Yeah, anchor lock status. That's the anchor lock status. So it checks the front anchor and it checks the back anchor. Okay, I don't care if I lose that because I want to do that differently anyways. So that can come out. Okay, well, we've got everything behind the roof now. On that side anyway. Everything's behind the roof on that side. So now we can actually knock this wall out. Widen that. Over here, I want to do the same thing over here. I got my glitch generator here. And I don't think I can shove it any higher. No. But I can put it here. I can rotate it and throw it up there. So let's take the generator out. I'm gonna have to hook up power anyway, because there's no power in this area. And I wonder if this has got to come out like that, and that's got to be a flat roof. So there is no room for the generator there. That's all. I think that's like a 2x3 area. Yeah, there's no room for the generator there. No room. Okay. So we'll figure out something else for the generator. And we will get rid of that wall. Okay. We'll also get rid of this. Actually, no, it's not gonna be tall enough. Damn. It's not gonna be tall enough. Because we'll have this area open here. Whoops. With that area open there, or this area open here. Just like so. And like so. This could actually be a good place to run the hoses. Up in this attic space, basically. Kind of like an attic space, I guess. You know what? I will be able to put the glitch up here. I will. Because that's going like that. This roof piece is going like this. This wall is coming out. Like that. I will be able to shove the glitch generator. Oh no, I won't. Damn. Still, it's one too low. It's only 2 tall. I need a 3 tall space. Dang. Oh well. C'est la vie. So what we're gonna do here is we're gonna actually get our corner in place. And then we'll have our next corner here. And our next corner here. And over here is the same thing. Corner. Next corner. Next corner. Okay. And that will extend the roof this way. How far am I coming out here? God, that's hard to read. That is 10, 12. That's 12. Another 12. Okay, we'll bring this out. This out. It's going to go like that. This out. This out. Perfect. Okay. Up a roof on. That. Side walls. Whoops. Side walls. Okay. Inner roof. There we go. Oh shit, didn't finish it. Inner roof, there we go. And then we do the same for the bottom. Flip it over. Flip it over. Out. Out. Just like that. Floor. Trace that row to there. Trace that row to there. Whoops. That. Okay. So we're getting a nice large area here. I ain't done, but just getting the gist of this area that I'm creating here. Okay. Now on this end, I'm actually going to switch it up. I'm going to use long pieces. Actually, I want these. Wait, where the hell are they? These pieces. I want these pieces for the end because I want to make this a long. I want to slope it, but I want it to be long. Like so. Okay, get these section pieces here. They go underneath. All right. Go to these. Yeah, like that. Cool. Now we bring them into the small ones. This is where we close off the end. Well, that ain't gonna work. That ain't gonna work. Oh wait, I don't need these on the bottom. That just goes like that down. There we go. Right. Across the top. Across the bottom. Roof. In. Ah, it did it again. For some reason. Okay, top piece there. And close it up. Alright, there's the one side. And now I basically have to clone this for the other side. Because I want to make it the same buoyancy on both sides. So we're gonna go selection grid, bring it over, clear content, resize, and we're gonna get nuts with it. But not too nuts. We're gonna grab a good chunk of the station here, but we're not gonna go crazy. We're just gonna grab the section that sticks out from the wall. Just like that. Okay, so now we copy, rotate it, bring it to the other side. Okay, we're gonna slap it on right there, paste it in, like so, and do our merge thing. Okay. Now comes the job of connecting the dots. This wall comes out. This wall comes out. Mother Moses. Here we go. That comes out and that comes out. Okay, that is just a sump controller. That is just piping. Okay. So this can go. This can go. This can go. What are you? 4-number averager. 4 numbers what? Where are you getting your numbers from? You're disconnected from everything. You're not getting any numbers. Where are you sending your numbers to? Way the shit over there. What is that? Battery level. Oh, okay. We don't need that anymore. That's the 4-number averager for the battery check. We're gonna redo that because we have a new battery room. What do you think you're doing? You are the vents out the top. Okay, we're removing you now. We're putting walls there, and I need to block that like that. Okay. Actually, I don't need to block like that. I can make it look cleaner. Let's put these on the corners. That. And like that. Okay. Clean. Now we get rid of this big pump system that we don't need right now. And we're going to redo it. Whoops. Ah, undo. We're going to redo all this. Delete. Okay. Stairs go bye-bye. You go bye-bye. There's our door. Okay. So I want to still want to grab this room. But I want to do it right. Actually, you know what? I could rebuild the airlock. I could rebuild the airlock. Let's not worry about the airlock. It can go. I'll just rebuild it. Okay, big open room now. Big open room. Get rid of this, get rid of this. And that can go. And I'm going to plug that back in because otherwise we're flooding in here. We don't want to be flooding in here. Okay, let's take us out. This roof's got to go. Oh, wait, not there. There. And then over here, we have there, and there. Okay, rest of it goes. Bye. And bye-bye. And bye-bye. Bye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Okay. So now we have to tie this in with our corner blocks. There. Over here, we got there. Okay. Roof. There. This ties into that. And top section is almost done. Just gotta fill in these holes. That side. And that side. Sealed. Okay. The top is done. Now for the bottom. So we got that, and that, and that. So here we're going to flip this upside down. Oops. Rotate, and there we go. There. Flip this, that there, and then flip this, and put it like that. Okay. So this side is added on. So now we have center hub done. I didn't realize how far off that that pontoon is, that float, this thing. How far off center it was. I didn't realize it was so far forward. And I don't know why. I don't know why it's so far forward. Other than to give room for that stuff. But yeah, I really don't get why it's so far forward. It should be centered up. So I think what I will do is grab as much of this shit out of here as I can. Oh, which includes the new oxygen system I just put in. Okay, so all this stuff I just put up here, I'm going to pull it out, and I'm going to put it like maybe off to the side, like maybe over here. Maybe I'll put it over here. Why not? Put it somewhere. But it's got to come out. It's got to come out of the roof. Well, it's got to come out of that spot, I should say. Okay, so let's clear and resize. Like I said, this is one of my older builds. It is pretty chaotic. I got a lot of stuff like just illogically shoved into places, and trust me, I don't even understand it. I don't understand a lot of it. It's just like it's shoved in there. No ifs, ands, or buts. No wondering why. No, I mean I do wonder why, but no remorse per se. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this pile here that I've got of components. I don't even know what half of them are for. And cut this out of here. And we're going to bring it over somewhere where it's going to be better appreciated. Like maybe over here. Actually, no, not over here. Other side. I'm going to put the airlock on this side. I'm going to need room in the roof for the airlock. Okay, so let's put it over here. Let's rotate it around. Okay, perfect. And I'm going to place it somewhere over here. Can't go that far because I'll take out that corner. So how about right here? Oh, because I grabbed so much of the roof. I didn't need to grab that much of the roof. What the hell? I don't know how much of the friggin' roof I grabbed. It's crazy. Okay, anyway. Ah, shit. Did I just do what I think I did? Oh yeah, I sure did. I sure did. Shoved half of the friggin' shit outside. Okay, well, whatever. Here we go. Select a grid. I gotta grab everything I can here. Move cut. Bring it in. Pasty pasty. Okay, that's a better location for all that stuff. But now I gotta fix it. Merge that to that, that to that, that to that. I don't care. Okay, now I gotta edit this stuff. Because I got shit here that has to get. This has got to come out. This back wall needs to shrink a little bit anyway. This roof, these roof tiles have to come out. On that roof tile, I think everything else is going to be okay. Everything else should be alright. Okay. Let's put this back in. Put our floor back in here. Our wall back in inside. Okay. And outside. Need to put the roof back in that I just put it in. I need to put it back in. I tore it out. Okay. Roof is back in. Now, my big problem moving all this shit is going to be that the winches are not going to move. So I have to do this carefully. The winches will not move. I'll have to move them separately, as you can see, because they're buried in the roof. So I have to come up to roof level. At roof level, okay. Resize grid. Gotta make it big enough to grab everything, like absolutely friggin' everything. Has to go up to grab the antenna. And its width has to grab the pontoons out the side here. This width has to come out to grab the pontoons on this side here. Okay. We got the whole thing. Now we lift her off. Move cut. Up and away. Like I said, you can see it's not moving the winches. So I'm going to park this up here and at the top of the thing. Paste. Here. Back down. We got to move these winches without disrupting them. So, resize grid. Move these winches without tearing the rest of the roof apart. I don't know why they're not centered. This should be centered. Kind of shitty that they're not centered. Okay, so we'll cut the winches. I gotta bring them over. Shit, I can't center them because they're not centered. God damn it. Well, there's a problem. This is the center line right here. So technically, I gotta come over one more. Paste. Clear content. Resize. Bring this in. Put it there. Now they're centered. Boy. Alright, let's see what happened down here. Did I make a mess? I probably made a mess. Oh yeah, we got a mess. Okay, so I am just going to cut this off completely. Just putting in a wall there. Same on this side. Don't care. It's just getting walled in. Alright. Go to the other side. Roof's not even there. So let's put a roof in. Up the middle. Let's fill in from here to here. Okay, now we're centered. The winch is centered. This is actually looking a lot better already. Now, you notice here, Um, I didn't follow the same design here either, which in itself is not a big issue because if you look at it, there's not really much to it. If I go inside this, there's nothing. I don't believe there's anything inside these, other than the slot for the other than the slot. There's nothing in those, so I can actually copy this, paste it on the side, no problems. Let's do that. Let us do that. Resize grid. Bring it over. Bring it over. Okay, we don't have to worry about that because we're not grabbing that. We are grabbing from here. That's all we're grabbing. Okay. Copy. Rotate. Bring it on over. And paste. Where's that with that? Okay. Those are good. Now, we gotta bring all this back down. So, let's resize our grid again. Grab this whole upper section. 10 and everything. Last thing I want to do is have to reprogram all this shit. The whole thing? Yeah, the whole thing. Okay, and are we at the bottom of it, or are we... No, we're hanging out below. Let's bring ourselves right to the bottom of it. Okay. Move cut. Bring her down. We're centered. Bring her down and land her centered. That looks about as centered as she's going to get. Face that puppy on. And merge it. Okay. Now that's looking like a sea base. We're getting there. We're getting there. We're definitely getting there. All right. Next. It's got legs and I want to use them. I like the legs on this thing. I've always liked the legs on this base. Ever since I made them. I've always liked the legs on this base ever since I made them. Nice set of legs. Okay, so what we're going to do here is we're going to grab just the legs. Not even both legs, just the legs on the one side. So we're going to bring that in, we're going to bring this in. We're going to bring this in until we get to the top of the legs, like that. And send to the side of the leg, like that. Bring this down to the top of the leg. There, okay. Perfect. Now we're going to copy this. We're going to bring it over to our side. And we're going to need one out. I think one out. Yeah. So one out and centered, which I think it's pretty, well, no, it's not centered. Wait a minute. That's the center there. Okay, wait. Paste. Clear content. Resize. Bring that in. That's touching, because this is a one center second. A one block center. So this should center it perfectly. Which it does. Okay. So we'll paste that there, spin it around, and head to the other side. And one out. Just like that. Paste. Set paste. Okay. Clear content. Size. Move up to here. Copy. Go up one. Over one. Beautiful. Paste. Flip it around. To the other side. And paste. Beautiful. Base has got side legs. Okay. That makes me happy. She's really coming along. What are we at? We're at an hour. Okay. We're actually not doing too bad. An hour is good. So I got to keep an eye on my weight distribution. I want to keep the weight, or the center of mass, as close to the center of the boat as I can. So if I draw a straight line down the center of the boat, which I can do, I draw a line straight down the center of the boat. Maybe? Where the hell's my grid lines? Huh. I got no grid lines. Oh, because I'm in merge. Never mind. I was in merge. Okay, so if I draw a line straight down the center, you see there's the center line, and I can go in, and I can look at my center of mass, and I can see that my center of mass is off. My center of mass should be right there. That's where my center of mass should be. So I am back heavy and this side heavy. But I do believe that also takes into account this stuff that's outside, just sitting here. I think it takes into account everything. So I would expect it to be, heavy with all this stuff still out here. Now, what I'm going to do up front here, I want to actually, I said I wasn't going to modify these rooms, but I kind of lied. Because I want to shrink my med bay. I'm going to bring the med bay down in size. I don't need 8 beds. I don't need 8 med beds. So we're going to bring the med room down. And once the med room is shrunk down, we're going to bring the supply room over. Closer to the med room. So this is going to be interesting, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab basically the interior up to this wall here and just pull the whole interior down. and hopefully everything's all good. Actually, I shouldn't say I'm just going to pull the interior. I'm going to pull the whole friggin' section. So this is going to get interesting. So let's go over here, up a little bit. We're going to clear the grid, resize the grid, all the way up to the roof, all the way down to the floor. Okay. And we're going to come over to, how far do I want to go into the med room? Maybe this far? Maybe that far. Okay. Widen it out right to the sidewall. Widen this out right to the sidewall. Let's capture that window. Okay. Now we're going to come back all the way to this wall. All right. Don't see anything attached to the floor or anything like that. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna bump this in because I want to put in a wall there, and I don't want to disrupt the drain on the floor. Okay, so move cut that. Okay, and we're gonna move it in this way. So we're shrinking our med room, and we're bringing in our supply room to create this void over here. We could probably come in one more. So that'd be good. Oh, but now I'm in the middle of the window. Okay, so I gotta, there, perfect. Okay, paste that there. We'll merge it in. So in essence, we just gave ourselves this much more space in the base. Oops. Put the floor in here. There to there. We need our wall back. The wall is there to there. Okay. Do and do and do. And do and do. Over here we got the same thing. Do and do. Do, 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 do. And on top we want do and do and do. Okay. Let's fill it in. That. Okay. Upside down. And we'll close this out. Okay, so now, forward of our ballast tank, we have all this empty area here. Or I should say behind our ballast tank. We have all this empty area here, which we can use for machinery and whatnot. Okay, so we have our supply room here, which still has all of its windows and such. We have our med room here, and our big room. Our big room is going to have, on this side we're going to have the airlock, which I'll probably start building soon. On this side we're going to have our control center. And probably have a little habitat area there in the middle. So yeah, it's coming along. Coming along. The desalination plant. This guy here, this desalination plant with the hydrogen generators. I might shove that in here if it'll fit. I don't know if it'll fit, but I might shove it in here. Because that would probably be the best place for it, I would think. I need to pull weight forward, and that could be a way of doing it. Pulling the weight forward. Now, I would like to have them in some kind of engineering room, but I don't really have an engineering room. So I have the ballast tanks on the end. So this is probably going to be the engineering room, um, behind the behind the cabinet. Actually, that'd be cool. That'd be a cool idea. That is a cool idea. You know what? I think I'm going to do that. I think I'm going to do that. I am going to do that. Fuck that! I'm going to do that. We're James Bond in this shit, or not James Bond, Batman, or whatever you want to call it. Uh, yeah, watch this. This is going to get interesting. So let's resize our grid. Bring it down. I want this cabinet here in the center. This cabinet here, and this cabinet here alone. Okay. And what I'm going to do with this cabinet is take it out, we'll cut, and rotate it. I'm going to place it right. Come on. Place it right here. That. Paste. Now, I kind of want to hide a toggle switch here, but it's not going to be the easiest thing to hide. So I think what I'm going to do is I'll just put it on this. I'll put it facing the side. I'll put it facing the side like this. Just like that. And then behind it, here, we'll have a door. Actually, we'll do a sliding door. We'll do not an electric. Oh yeah, maybe an electric. Why not? Come on. Oh, but an electric's going to be much wider than a regular door. It's going to be 2 blocks maybe? 2 blocks wider? Yeah. Although that's not a big deal. I can work with that still. This has got to be yellow anyways. Then we that. James Bond this shit. So there's our hidden room. In order to have a completely hidden room, I have to have a rotor on the floor, corner here. So I once again need to grab that color. Okay, and then I need to put the rotor in. Where are you? This guy. Compact, robotic, pivot. I need that color though. The hell? Really? I didn't even need that? Oh, I got a... What the heck's going on here? Okay, there we go. Weird. Okay, so we'll merge this to this. Okay. And we want a 0 to 1. So this toggle button here, let's connect that one and that one to this one, like so. Then that is going to be our 0 to 1. Uh, One equals 1. Okay. Switch that to a not, because I actually need not 1 equals, or not equals 1. So when it's off, it's on. Because it needs to, as soon as it spawns in, it needs to rotate out. There we go. I have no electric hooked up anymore. Oh my god. That's hilarious. Oh, this was back in the days when I was still hooking electric up to friggin' drawers and shit. I hooked up electric to every single cabinet. That's funny. Okay. Oh, also, I need... yeah, so when you're toggled, door opens. Okay. Okay, so that'll get me into our little secret engineering room. Okay. So, I got a real power issue right now, as you can see. Pretty severe power issue, to be honest. Pretty severe power issue, if I might be honest. Oh boy. Yeah, there is absolutely nothing connected to power anymore. Ugh. I think that was half of my spider web over here, was just everything connected to power. Because it doesn't look like anything's connected to power now. So let's send this through here. And we'll send this through here. And that all connects through. Yeah, I'm gonna skip this stuff anyways. We're gonna bring that to there. And which one's connected here? There. Bring that to there, so that'll be our forward connecting point there. Everything will come through this little rotor. Come off of that. Go to here and here. There and there. There to there. Link these up to our pumps. Okay, and then take those up to our biggies. Means like this. Send that up to the pump. Okay, this guy on over here. Around we go. Send that up to the pump. Okay, and everything here should be connected. Oh, sensor. Or light. Light or sensor, one or the other. Oh, all the lights got mashed together. I may have lost the player sensor. Oh no, there it is. Okay, I only need one light in here now. Player sensor, light, okay. Okay. So we're going to send power through the roof as well. Because it's always good to have two paths. Just in case you are not in creative mode and shit hits the fan. So. What is that? It's light. That might not be staying there, so I'm not going to connect to that. I will bring this into winches. We'll go through the winches across the roof. And then we'll hit that light. Actually, no. We'll hit this light. It's out in the main. This light. We'll bring over to this light. We'll come back to this light. To that, and then down into here. Okay. Now, the lower section. Here. This light, we go back all the way to pump number 1. This light, we come all the way back to pump number 2, join them. Over here, we head into our lamps. Up to a point. And we make our U's. Here. To here. And out to our motor. And winches. Oh, that went through the light. I didn't really want to go through the light. I want to go through the... Right there. There we go. Okay. Cross the roof to these guys and down to the winches. So that should have our power grid back up. The power grid should now be back up for the whole shebang. All right. That was some work. That was some work, but we got the power back. Now, in our engineering room, which is kind of small, I don't know if I got room for like the desalinization in there. I might have room for the oxygen plant. I might have to put the desalinization somewhere else, but I might have room for the oxygen plant in there. Let's see what we can do here. Resize. Mind you, right now we have no way into the base, because I haven't put the door back on yet. So, there is that. And we don't actually have a power generator. We have a power grid, but we don't have a power generator. So there's that as well. Alright, let's cut this. Where is our center of mass at? Our center of mass is backwards and off to the... Well, it's just backwards. Okay. So our center of mass is centered once we get this shit out of the way. But what I gotta remember, this thing does not have water in it. This thing will have water in it. Which is gonna really make a fucking nightmare out of everything. It will not fit. Okay, so best thing I can do is use part of the ballast tank for this build. Well, for this the tank for this. Best thing I can do is use part of the, maybe like that. Put her in a wall. Put her in a wall. Now, if I do that, what am I messing with? I have pipes that go forward. I have a pipe that comes through. I have that there. I have that there. I have the front wall of the machine, which I think is going to be fine. I think if I do that, I'm going to be fine. I put the oxygen plant dead center. All right, paste their content and pop out. Okay. Ooh. Damn. I didn't notice the motor was there. And the gearbox. Neither of which I can remove. Okay, that's not good. That's not a good thing. I didn't put the wall back. Oh, there it goes. Okay, so. Oh, really? So the center is going to be there? Yeah. Okay. Can't put it in one more. I could. Well, no, I can't move the gearboxes back either. Like that's a quandary right there. That is a big quandary. I'll basically have to build around the top of it so it doesn't leak. Okay. Let's do it. Take that out. Take that out. That out. Actually, I don't know if I had to take those out, but I did anyway. Now, the motors, can I sneak the motors forward? I cannot. Damn. Oh, but I could probably play a little ring around the rosy here. I probably play a ring around. Blanahana. Okay, get rid of that pipe there. Get rid of. I can do this. I can do this. Get that pipe there. Okay. Now, I need elbows. Elbows for days. Okay, we're going to put an elbow here. And we're going to put an elbow there. We're going to flip that around. And there. Okay, now we need straight throughs. Straight through. Put that down there. There. I should be able to seal the rest. Oops. Probably before I put the center one in. Put the side in. There we go. Okay. So that will seal that. And I just need the motors. Small electric motor here. Oops. Orange motor there and there. And then we go merge that with that. And we have our oxygen plant in the wall. Okay. I mean, the paint is not going to be good, but oh wait, I can plane paint, can't I? Can I plane paint? There we go. Paint the whole damn plane. Awesome. So there's our oxygen and our hydrogen system. I'll have to figure out how to run the oxygen back to. I'll probably just run a pipe in the wall. Run it back to the oxygen thing. That should be relatively easy. I have the water connector here for the desalinization, which I got to figure out where I can put it. This vent should be out, probably outside. Probably outside. So let's do that. Put a straight pipe through the roof. Like so. Outside here we'll put a gas and a vent. Okay. That'll just let out any gases that are in here. So we can flood it with water and then produce our hydrogen and oxygen. Okay. Now I need to pull this pipe here. And I need to put in the pipe that goes every direction. Okay, now I need to take that over to the wall. That is our oxygen line. That is going to go right into the wall. Ah, dang it. It's got to go into the wall there. It's got to go one down. Which means I shouldn't have done that. I should have come off of here. Ah, stop it. Should come off there. So I need this one. Let's get back to that color. Okay, and a T. Okay, we need a single direction flow. We need a valve. Let's do a manual valve. I like these manual valves, especially in an engineering room. It's kind of neat. And then we do straight pipe into the wall. So that's our oxygen system. Now the hydrogen system, I figure if we get too much hydrogen, we're going to have a problem. So I feel like we're going to have to possibly vent hydrogen every once in a while. So in order to do that, I'm just going to put a valve off to the side here. I need a T. To do that, I'm going to put a vent off to the side here. Directional pipe. We'll put our valve. Manual hand valve. Pipe. And we need to that one. Okay. We'll put this off the side so we can offboard. We can offboard the hydrogen. Just dump it outside into the atmosphere. So there's our oxygen generating system. Like I said, we still need to install a freshwater processing system, but at least we have one done. We have one of our projects done. So hooray for that. Perfect. Okay. So we'll run a pipe down that wall. Run an oxygen pipe down this wall. And right into our oxygen system. So where is my corner? Need straight pipe. Well, actually, let's finish with the corners first. Because once you put in the straight pipe, you might have a hell of a trouble time accessing the corners. There. So now we go straight pipe. And straight pipe all the way here. Perfect. We now have our oxygen system set up. Well, not completely. I mean, I still got to do the stuff in the roof here, which I'll do that right now. But for all intents and purposes, we have oxygen. We have a pressurizable base. Boom. There we go. I'm just going to put a feed on those because those don't like floating in midair. Do the same thing for this guy, just in case physics decide to kick in and go, hey, he's not supposed to do that. Okay, so we have our oxygen processing in. We just need our water now. Lord love a duck. I'm not going to stand this straight up. I'm going to lay it down. Whoops. Oh, end. Right. Lay it down. It looks cleaner laying down than standing up. Okay, so that's for that. Hook our motors back up, which our motors need power. Actually, excuse me. Ugh. Power from there. Power from there. Huh. Suddenly got struck with a big bout of dry throat there. Impressive how quick that hit, actually. Okay, so let's get rid of the power port. We don't need that. We're going to put in a stand underneath here. Like this. Okay, and we'll hook up the electricity. Oh, the electricity is hooked up. It comes in through the top already now. Okay, and we'll hook it up to here at the bottom too. Alright. So we are good to go on that. I mean, we shrunk down our ballast tank by quite a bit, but it can't be helped. We're probably going to have to do that at the back for the desalinization system. So hold on to your butts for that. How's our center of mass doing? We are still heavy in the rear. Still heavy in the rear. Okay. That's that'll be fixed eventually, I guess, but geez. Okay, so our control station here, which I basically just installed like yesterday, I think. It's got to come out. It's coming out. So let's clear our content here and get to it. Little room, little room. You go bye-bye. Why? Wait, what? Aren't you, Oh, I didn't go down to the floor. That's why. There we go. Now I got it all. Let's leave that wall, and let's leave that wall. I don't really need those walls. Okay. How else are we doing here? Everything else okay? Yeah. That doesn't get me the windows? Oh, because I got... Yeah, if I want the windows, I gotta go forward. Shit. Oh, I have stuff in that wall, don't I? I do have stuff in that wall. Okay, so I need to grab the wall anyways. The display's in the wall. So I am going to grab this entire room. I'll just have to replace what I take. I'm going to grab this entire room. We're going to cut it out. I'm going to rotate it. We're going to throw it into the side over here. That should be good there. That should be good there. Paste. Okay. Well, that was kind of unexpected. Huh. Okay. The roof is higher than this room. The roof is higher in this room than in other rooms. There we go. Okay, so now that's facing forward. I'm going to have a problem over here. My linear speed sensor is facing sideways. As you can see. So I have to take that out. Put it in facing the right way. There we go. Okay. So now I can... where's my logic? Your speed sensor to the speed reading. Okay, because now we're going the right way. Now we're facing forward. Okay, so now my problem is going to be... I have this nice room around a command station. And I don't want the room. So I can take out the side walls, by the looks of it, without any muss or fuss. And I can take out the back wall down to there. And I can also take out that. By the looks of it, this. Can't take that out. That has to stay. And this has to stay. Okay. So what I'll do in this case is, where's my paint? I'll paint this back to yellow. Paint this back to yellow. Grab this color. And we will finish off our console here. Oh, we do a couple of sharp rises. Just to like finish off the console on this edge, this edge. That does not look like I need that. Do I need this? Oops, do I need that? I don't need that. Okay. I do need this. But you know what? I can can finish this console off this way, like this. Start the console here, move it around. Now, I can take this console from this room. Actually, I need to remove this from the wall. Put the wall back in. Okay, so I can take this console from this room and the front wall. We'll take the front wall too. Let's bring our selection grid over here. We'll clear the content, come down. Okay, now what I want to grab here is the front wall. For now, I just want the front wall for now. Okay, let's grab this. Move cut. Bring it in here. Because I want a command room basically. That's what I'm building here is a command like a command room. So that'll go right there. Oh, but I gotta bring it down. So that'll go right there. Good, okay. And these benches here are matched. So I can bring them together in the corner here. Like so. Let's bring them. So now it looks like I have a rather large command center here. I have driving. I have over here. I have the dive control. Now this here, I want to copy this stuff over. So I need my selection grid back again. Down, clear content. Okay, I want these controls for the camera, the belly cam. Not really worried about taking everything, I just want the belly cam. Cut. And now I'll come back for the ballast tank controls. I almost wonder if I should put this in the airlock, but I use it a lot when I'm submerging, so. Maybe it would be better over here. Then I can move. Well, that's the ballast. Actually, if I put this over here, right here, everybody can see it. Okay. So I'll paste it there. So that's the belly camera. And then what I'll do is I'll move the controls for the ballast over here, and I'll put the console over here for the ballast control. Although the ballast tanks have now drastically changed in size, so these monitors probably aren't even close anymore. But still. Okay, move cut. If I have to redo them, I have to redo them. That's just the way it is. Wait, where the hell did they go with that? Oh. Wait the shit over there. Come on back. And up. And down. And over. Okay, so we'll put the ballast tank readings there. We'll put ballast tank control right under it. So we'll actually move the ballast tank button over. Whoops, not that one. Cut. We'll put the ballast tank button there. Okay. And we'll get back to the console building. This goes all the way like that. This goes all the way like that. And ledge across here like that. There we go. We now have a full, whatever you want to call it. Well, I was going to call it a lab for a second, but it's not a lab. It's a control room, basically. Okay, now we have our oxygen controls over here, which I do not want to lose. What is that button? And why is it here? External lights. Okay, I'm not worried about those. I do need this oxygen control unit, though. So I do not want to reprogram this thing. Alright. I think what I'm going to do with this guy is actually put him in a console top like this, but on this side. Give me a reason to wrap around the console. There we go. And put it up against the wall, like so. And bring it over a little bit, like so. Oh, actually, I want to kind of center it behind this guy. There. So this will be our oxygen station. Paste. Merge you to you. Okay. So where are my end pieces? Right there. So my end pieces for my big console, they'll be right here. Okay, now we just fill this in. And that goes straight down. Okay, so straight across like this. Whoops. Oh, for crying out loud. I guess it doesn't really matter, but. Alright, and then we paint. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Like so. There we go. Oxygen control. And I'll probably put some gauges or something over here too, so it's easy to see the oxygen tank storage and whatnot from over here. So I'll know when to turn on the desalination and whatnot. Okay, you know what? Let's... Oh, our oxygen system's up the roof here. That's convenient. Okay, so I want to put a wall to cut this off, because this is command and control, basically. So we're going to put command and control in its own little room here. Actually, I'm missing the console. I'm missing the radio guy. Shit. You know what? The oxygen controls probably should have gone on the wall back here. I'll do that. Hold on. Because I still got it selected. So, move cut. Move it back up. Bring it over. Back to the wall. Oops, there we go. This way. Up. There is our oxygen control there. Perfect. Should be good there? I think. Paste. Merge. Good. And I can turn it back to the green color, which I like so much. Alright, oxygen system. Now, over here, I'm going to put the radio station, which we have hiding over in the room over here. This right here, this terminal right here. I got to take all of this and move it over there. So I can use that room for something. Washroom or something. I don't know. Washroom or something. This is our radio system. Radio. Okay. Move cut. Rotate it this way. Bring her back. And pretty much plop her right into position. Let's go over one more though. There. That good? That is perfect. 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Perfect. Piece that in. Resize the grid. Oops. I want that button. I want that little button. I want it down on the console in front. Transmit button down here in the console in front. Okay. That there, and fill that there. And now we merge all those together. Just together. And we have our command and control room. How's about that? I do wish that the oxygen stuff was over a little more though. I mean, I could just move it. That's probably what I'm going to do. I'll just move it over to here. Move it over there somewhere. That's a wall. Okay. There. Okay. Found it. Found a spot. Instead of sending pipes that way, we're gonna get rid of the pipes in that room. We'll make sure nothing goes past that. So we're gonna start by getting rid of this pipe here. Down to there. We're gonna move these controllers again. For the last time. This will be the last time everything gets moved. Because now I'm starting to see where things belong. So this will be the last time things start getting moved. So we'll clear that content, resize the grid. Grab our controllers here for the water system. Or the oxygen system, I should say. Move cut. Rotato. Tomato. Throw them over here. It's the perfect spot for them over here now. Yeah, perfect. Okay. I'm going to leave this vent here, but I'm not leaving that vent there. Paste. Where's paste? Paste. Okay. Clear that content. Okay. Actually, I'm not going to leave that vent there. I'm gonna bring the vent out into the main area. I'm going to create ducts that go between the areas. So for when doors are closed, the gases can still get through. Okay, let's grab this, which is our oxygen distribution system. Okay, we're going to spin that. Put her up against the wall. Bring her this way. That's a good spot for it right there. Oh, wait, one more over. Boom. Right there. Okay. Paste. Alright, so now we delete these. Oops. Yeah, put the vents there. Oh, for crying out loud, stop that. Vents. There, there, and there. Okay. So there's our vent system, there's our oxygen system, we're all set. That to the base. And where's the base to that? Oops, that to the base. Finish off our oxygen pipe. Okay. Now, gotta move that little one and all those controllers over here. So let's get our selection grid back out. Move it over here. Oh, wait, come back. Over here. Clear it. Ah, I meant resize, not reset. I knew that was going to happen eventually. Thankfully, I'm not that far from the middle. Okay. Resize. I don't want to grab the wall, but I do want to grab that. And that's as far as that goes. Any more controllers here? No. And any more controllers over here? No. So just that group. That's all that's there? Just that group? Okay. Move cut. Take that group. Swing them down. Bring them over here. Where they are not going to be bothered by anything. Ever again. Paste. Merge. To that. And that pump. Or the pressure checker, I should say. The pressure. Oh, really? It's going to be right on the wall. You got to be kidding me. You got to be kidding me. Alright, selection grid. Boom. That's just stupid. Wait, can I tuck that? Oh, I can tuck that. I can tuck that right in. Look at that. Nice. That does not block air. That does not get rid of anything. Alright, paste. Merge. Alright, now let's see what we got down here. Where's my eraser? Nothing. Okay, perfect. This is our pressure test port. Alright. So we got rid of that. Get rid of that. So now we can get rid of this. That. Put a wall in here. We can open this up. Where's the roof? There we go. The problem is I went with a very light slope here, and there's no glass, I don't believe, that has that kind of a light slope. So if I put anything in here, it's going to look weird. I shouldn't say weird, it'll look kind of a little off. So like, for example, if I were to grab this window pane here, where's clear content? Clear content, resize. If I were to grab these windows here, because I do like these windows. But if I was to grab these, and say do a copy, I can flip them around, throw them on the other side, no problem. Throw them right here, no problem whatsoever. Just like that. If I want to throw them on the front side, I'm gonna have a big problem. But as you can see, I gotta go way back, like way back. Go there. I go way back to there. And then when I paste them in, I got roof repairs to do. As you can see. Because it does not fit properly. But, you know, I do want the windows there, so I'm gonna have to figure it out. Gonna have to figure it out. I think the easiest way to do it is to just work around it. As if it is the other style of roof. So I go like this. Oops. Go like this. Okay, now I see what I have to work with. This has to come straight out like this. On the inside, I have to fix that, which I could probably do with a 2 wedge, like so. Fix this on the inside. Voila! Not too shabby. Doesn't look too bad. And that's a lot of light in our command room, which is great. Whoops. I hate when it does that. I click on one of these down here and it just decides it's going to place a block instead. It's like, hey, I know you didn't want to place a block, but yeah, what do you know? We're going to do it anyways. It's like, well, wouldn't you know it? How about we place a block? Is this going to be too much if I put this on here? Is it going to be too wonky? That's not really. Actually, it looks rather nice. Okay, now this back end, I gotta fix it though. So let's just do a little bit of work here. I'm not moving that. What I'm gonna do is this. There. Perfect. Okay, now I need my door centered at the back here. So let's line it up, shall we? I want a watertight door, like so. And this is going to be our first ventilation room. So over the door, we'll do that. Put one of these on one side. Let's face it sideways. Okay, we'll put that on that. And we'll put a gas thing in the middle. Gas relief valve in the middle. So, I'll put another one on the side. Whoops. Sideways. And then we freshen it up with a little bit of, whoops, not like that. Freshen it up with a little bit of a appearance thing. Kind of like so. We paint over our mistakes. Okay, so that will let gas through from one chamber to the next. And I'm going to actually copy that and do that to basically every door. So we will clear our content here. And we're going to resize our grid. Resize it. Bring it down to the size of the vent at the top. That is all we're taking. Okay. And copy. Bring it out. Rotato. And show it above the door. Paste. Same with the other direction. Ooh, nice. Paste. Keep it coming. Paste. Was it too far forward? No. Okay. And then one more time, way over at the end here. Put it way up at the roof level. Paste. Actually, that's where it should have been. It should have been up at the roof level, not above the doors. Above the doors looks kind of wonky. You know what? I'm gonna bring that back and do it across the door level, or across the roof level on these ones. Paste. Because it looks better up there. In these rooms, anyway. It looks better up there. Because the roof's lower in here, so it is at the roof in here. Oh, wait. Yeah, that didn't work. That we just went to the outside on that one. So let's undo that. we'll clear that. Yeah. Let's put that back in. All right, merge this to this. This to this. Wait, this to this. Dang it. Erase this. Put these in. Merge that to that. Okay. So now the air pressure can pass between the various rooms. Cool. Oh yeah, we got to fix over here. Almost forgot. So we need our wall here to this point, and there, and there. And I'm gonna section this off right there. Okay. Need my selection grid again. Come on over. Because we're gonna have to copy these windows. I did a window job here, and I'm gonna need to copy this to the other side. So let's spin her around, bring it over. Okay, we lined up. No, we are not. Why are we not lined up here? Oh, because there's a break. Crap, okay. Okay, let's grab the break too. Here. Resize all the way to the end of the break. There, okay. Copy. Flip it. Now we need to mirror it. We need to zap it the other direction, which is not that, not that. There we go. In. Paste. Merge. Okay. Whoops. Undo. There's the windows there. There. Put these in here. And over here. wall that up. Which leaves me kind of a little engineering ring on this side. Possibly desalinization plant. We'll see. Or I shouldn't. Yeah, desalinization plant. Yeah. Desalinization plant. All right, let's cover up the holes in the roof. Although this side looks, the same size as the other side, which was kind of small, so might not fit. I mean, that's a big plant. I could flip it. I could flip it on its side. That would definitely make it a lot smaller and easier to place. So that's a thought. I also need to get the glitch generator in, which I don't have in here yet. So I still got a few things to put in here. Let's let's check our merging. Okay, we're fine pretty much everywhere now. Get rid of this. Get rid of this. Okay. I am not seeing any holes in the hull, which is good. Not seeing any big holes anyway. Any holes that I would have left while working on stuff, so that's good. So we could be getting close to the finish line. I still got to put in an airlock over here, which I'm going to have a set of stairs that come down on the back here from the airlock. The reason I'm going to have stairs is because it is not always easy to walk on water, or walk underwater, or swim underwater. So having a set of stairs there might help. I honestly don't know. I would love to have a moon pool, but again, I don't know if that's possible either. Resize grid, because that one base we went in to do the rescue, they had a moon pool, and it was pretty epic. It made getting in and out of the base really easy. You just swam under it basically. All right, let's bring this guy in. Pull him in this side room here. Where the hell's the front? Oh, here it is. Okay, where is the connectors at the bottom? This is the back end, connectors at the bottom. Okay. So if I'm going to put this in here this way, this is probably the better way to put it, standing up like this. If I'm going to stand it up at all, this is probably the best way to do it. I'll have it standing up like this. Wait, where's my center of mass right now? You need to come... Yeah, okay, that's a good side. That's a good side to put it on. That'll give me some weight on that side. So I'm going to move this over against the wall. Like that. I think I can slide glitchy right over here. So we'll paste this guy in. Merge him with the ship. Okay. Now we will rotate this and this. So we got to rotate our two displays. Without moving them, just rotate. No, first try. Okay. Place that there. Where? Got. Place that there. Okay. So we got our displays rotated, and our desalinization plant is in place. We can just, off the back here, this guy down here, we'll just have him suck salt water straight from the sea. I can't do that there. So undo that. Okay. Do that there though. So we're gonna have him just pull right from the sea here. Where are we? Rotate to this way, like that. Okay. Get that, and then now we need T. So we always need a T. Always need a T. This guy this way. That. Those pipes should actually go white. Actually, they should be dark blue. Those pipes should be dark blue. The ones at the back here. They should all be dark blue. Because those are that's the dirty water. Dirty water. We do. Salt water gets the blue treatment. Oops. Salt water gets the dark blue treatment. Not drinkable. Alright, there we go. All dark blue pipes. So this will be my import, where we bring in the water. Was there did I have a dump system on this side? Dump out air. There's the pressure system. I don't know if I had an air dump on this side. No, I don't. I don't think I do. So hopefully we can't get an airlock. That would suck. But it is what it is. Okay. Just want to make sure there's no air dump system, because if there is an air dump system, it's going to dump into this room, and I don't want that. That is a pressure checker. That is the pump there. The pump goes straight up to the top over here. And then we go down. Oh, no, that's not a dump there. That's the pressure checker. So then we go straight in. We go straight from the pump, straight in. Pump up, straight in. Okay. Then we run through our desal process. We end up with clean water on the outside. So out on the front here, we have nice clean water. And we'll just run our pipe. We can run our pipe under the floor probably. Right down the center of the whole ship. I'm willing to bet. Well, maybe not because we have well, no, it should go through the top of the battery compartment. There's our power connector, which we can get rid of. Oops. Because we'll be hooking in direct. Hook her up direct. There we go. We are direct to connect. Now the water pipe. We're going to send down through the floor. Straight. Oops. Okay. Back to blue. Fire that sucker all the way down. I didn't hook up any of these batteries. I had to have. Hooked them up, didn't I? Yeah, that runs to here, and then this runs us the way down until we get to here. And then this guy, let's pop off there with his nice little setup. Don't want to get it from the floor. Send it the whole length of the boat. Or the whole length of the station. Crazy. So, and those pumps should be set. I'm actually going to put the pump in here. I'll put a pump on the floor here. These pumps, which I'm going to stagger along the way here. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Oh shit. 4, 5. This is a one-way only. I like to put the one-way right after the pump because that way your pressure from the pump is locked in the system. It can't feed back. As long as the pump can get it past this, it's the pressure is in there. It can't come back on you. So I always like to put one right after a pump. All right. Let's hook our pump in. Oops. Hook our pump in here. And here. Okay, now The logic for this is going to be, actually I should, well, whatever, it doesn't really matter. The logic for this is going to be when this plant is turned on, it sucks as much water as it can from the other plant. That's going to be the logic behind that. So we will switch to our thing here, and we'll go when this is on, this pump key's on, this pump key's on, this pump key's on, and where's my pump out here? This pump key's on. Because it needs to draw the water from these storage tanks, so I need this pump to come on to get that done. Okay, so what's my issue with what's my issue with here? Oh, this isn't connected to anything. Why is this? Oxygen storage level. Oh, okay, I need to grab that from here. Oxygen storage level. That is all the adders over here, which goes to here. And I need to send that number over to the oxygen storage level here. Okay. What is that? That is oxygen system pressure. Base air pressure, okay. And then the oxygen storage level. That comes from over there. Alright, so all the explanations I have now are I'm guessing base lights, which should be on this console here. Oh, and we got our anchor lock status too. Okay. So our base lights. Whoops. That's easy. That's just a quick toggle button. I'll put that over here with this. Okay. Well, exterior base lights. Whoop. No. Get out of there. No. Get out of there. Exterior base lights. Okay. So we will rig that in to all of those base lights. All of the outside lights. That one, that one, that one, that one. And I need to add more too. That's the bitch of it. I got all these lights on the bottom. I know lights on the top or the sides. Just bottom lights. So I'm gonna need some spotlights on the top. I need some spotlights on the top. I need some spotlights on the sides. You know, we gotta light this place up like Broadway. It's an undersea base. I wonder. That's gonna be a pain in the ass to place those exactly by hand. Let's see here. Let's resize our grid so we can grab this top section. Perfect. Okay, so I am one away from the edge. I'm one in, one away. Okay. Rotate. And one in, one away. There. Yeah, see, they don't line up. They do not line up in the same place. Which is why I did that. There's lights to the base. Okay. Oh, I made them all yellow. Damn it. But they're all yellow lights. Need a paint. I need... What is it? Additive? There they are. Okay. I need to turn them white. Oh, wait a minute. I cut them. I cut them. Oh, son of a bitch. Ugh. Oh, no, it's gonna grab that pipe. Whatever. Copy. Flip. Move this way. Keep moving this way. To there. Paste. Delete pipe. And merge lights. Okay. Oi. Now I need to run the electrical and the other stuff. Let's start with the electrical. We'll just do a loop around the roof. That. I'm going to do the same thing on this side. Just do a loop around the roof. How are we doing for time? We're almost at 3 hours. This is, honestly, this is going slower than before. It's going slower than any other time, really. I don't know why these are disconnected from power. What is going on here? Is that connected to that? Yes, it is. Is that connected to anything? No, it's not. That is not connected to that. That is not connected to that. That needs connected to that. We'll connect this to this. And we'll just complete the circle. Okay. We have nothing connected over here either, so we'll just make a cross. This stuff is all connected to itself, but not to the power grid, so we'll just do that. And then we will connect this stuff up to... Okay, that stuff's connected to that, but this isn't connected to anything, so... Jesus. And the battery comes up to there. Okay. I also need this side to be connect this in, so let's connect the battery there. Good lord. Okay, so our command center is powered up now. Our lights are powered up now. I need more spider webs from the lights. Where's the exterior lights? There they are. Gotta spider web the shit out of this thing. I mean, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure out where the command center is. You know, all the lines going into the command center. Does not take a rocket scientist to figure out where command is. I do have some disconnected systems though, which I gotta figure out. What was this? This is... Okay, that's the anchor light, that's fine. What is this? This is the current depth. Okay, this is our current depth. What is this? This is the battery level. Okay, so battery level, that's an easy one. I just grab from a battery, attach that. Okay, battery level done. Current depth. I thought I had a depth sounder on here. I thought I had a depth sensor. I do have a depth sensor. There's two of them. There's this one here and this one here. What do they go to? They go to an averager? They go to a 2-number averager. Oh, that's not my depth though. That's how far from the sea floor I am. Okay, where's my depth sensor? I may have deleted it. So I don't want that. I want where is the what's that object? What's that shit? It's altimeter? No. 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 Distance, no. Gas meter, no. Layer, physics, microphone, liquid meter? Height relative to the water surface, that's what I want. This is our depth meter. How about we stuff it somewhere like here? For the most accurate reading, we'll stick it somewhere like this. Put over, there we go. Alright, so we'll logic that to that. Okay, so depth sensor is in place. Now, I need to set up some ands, if I haven't already. Did I set up some ands over here? I did not. Unless that's an and. What is that? What is this? Oh, that's the cruise control. Okay. So I need to set up an and over here. I hate how ands aren't. Ugh, that bugs me. That bugs me so much. No, they're not symmetrical. Whatever. We'll put the and there. Another and. Put it over here. Our third and. We live in the roof over here. Okay. Now, our first and gets its signal from the winch. So that'll tell me if that's anchored. Okay, this will tell me if this is anchored. And this will read back to our and in the roof. Likewise over here, this will tell me that's anchored. This will tell me that's anchored. And these will come back to here. So if all 4 are anchored, then we will get our anchored light. If they are not, we will not. Although I wish I could do that in a better way, because if you look, there's 5 of them here, but I can only get the signal from 1. I can only pull a signal from 1 of them. I can't pull a signal from all 5. So that kind of sucks. That kind of sucks. Same here. I can only pull a signal from the 1. So if that's not the one that grabs, if others grab, then I'm not going to get my reading that I have actually grabbed. So that kind of sucks. Alright, where's our boots? Here's our boots. So we need to hook these up, even though they're not showing that we need to hook them up. They need hooked up. These are our boots here. So now we have all of our boot pads capable of being locked. Okay. I think we're almost there. We need our glitch generator, but I want to go back and check our center of mass yet. I think we're about center. Ooh, we are damn close. Look at that. We are damn close. Front and side. Woof. Okay, let's bring in our glitch. Our generator. So damn close to being balanced. We're going to stick the glitch generator right beside this guy. Excuse me. So, selection grid. Clear. Load. Load our generator in here. There it is. Okay. Where'd you spawn? Get over here. Okay, so we got our generator here. We'll set it back. Line it up. Oh, no, more. Up. Forward. There we go. Paste. Merge. Okay. Now, I have to do a couple of things here. First one is I have to hook generator output to our battery pack in more than one place. Okay. So left and right. That is the generator output. Now I need to hook the battery up to the booster, which I have left on the roof right there. That's our electric booster. And that boosts the internal power, the internal battery. Now I also, whoops, I don't call it a jumper. It's called an anchor. I also want to have an anchor in here. Just in case. Actually, where is that anchor? It's at the back here. Okay, let's erase that. Put that facing up. We're going to put one in the wall right here. As well, in case I need to boost it off of the base. If I ever need to boost it off the base, I can boost it off the base. So we'll lock those together. Where am I here? Paint. Paint that yellow. Oh, it's regular paint. Paint that yellow. Okay. And that yellow. Okay. So that is connected to that. Okay, that needs to connect now. That electrical cable anchor goes to there. This electrical cable anchor needs to go to, it should be going to the big winch here, but I'll just hook it up to the batteries. The reason I'm not worried about hooking up to the base from here and hook this to the base is because the base also runs off of solar. The base has a solar setup that goes on the surface. So should the glitch generator lose power, because there's an internal loop here, I can wait for the base to gain power, or I can actually just connect from here to here, and that should be enough power to fire it up. Should be. But, you know, it's one of those things where you're not sure until you actually run into the problem. And then you're like, okay. So, if it's meant to be, it's meant to be, basically. I will put an electrical cable in the wall here, right here, so I can connect it in the unlikely event of emergency. Connect cable and pray. Now, actually, I might have just put that in a bad spot. I did just put that in a bad spot. I thought so. Okay, let's put the electrical cable on the firewall. There. There we go. And we'll put our door here. I may not have made the hole big enough. I didn't. Crap. Alright. There we go. There. So that'll take us into engineering in the back. Over here. Oh, and one thing I need to do in this room, I also need to do the above door vent. So let's grab our selection grid, move it over, clear it, and get our above door vent. Wherever our door is. There it is. Okay. Resize grid. So we need to grab our ventilation. Shrink that down there, shrink that down there. Bring the roof in, and we got the whole vent system. Good. Copy that. And we'll slide her down over here. We can't put it roof level because there's a light there. So we'll put it one below roof level. Actually, if I center it above the door, it'll look less awkward than if I had it like this, because the door is off center. So if I do it like this, that'll probably work. So we'll merge that together, and now we have air into here. Okay. So we have our generator, we have our what do you call it? Desalinator. We have our desalinator. We have our oxygen plant in here. Down at the far end over here, we have our oxygen plant. Still no way to get into the thing though, because I haven't built the door yet. We'll do that next. We'll do that next, because we're at 3 hours, so we really need to start cracking down on the basics and start testing. So let's hammer that out next. The airlock. This is the airlock. So we want a door. We want a hinge door that we will put against the side like this. Okay, like that. Up like that. Now, that's not going to work there. I have to start the door here. I have to leave one space and start the door here. Like so. Perfect. No, not perfect. Damn it, I did it again. I'm going to put it this side. There. because I need to fix this, turn it into a block, and then I need to fix these, turn them into that. Now it's good. Okay. So there's our door. We'll put a light above the door. Not a spotlight, just a light. Okay, we'll paint that. Both sides. Okay. Now, I'm going to come out from here, like so. No, I'm not. I'm going to come out from here, like so. And turn these. Like so. Okay. Now. Like that, like so. I'm gonna figure out how I'm gonna do this. Not rotate. Velocity. Rotational speed, current rotation. Rotation speed, rotation target. See, that one has a rotation target. So if I put it underneath facing that way, put this one underneath facing this way. Okay. Now, if I build it on this side and I have it rotate, this is the top, so whoops. I build the stairs off of here. Can I have them swing underneath? That's going to be the question. That said, I'm probably going to have to leave that for another time. Because I've been playing now for 3 hours, and I am realizing that I'm going to have to go to the washroom soon. And instead of just pausing for, pausing for a few minutes, I think it'd probably be best to carry on this build from another episode. So I believe that's what I might do here. But you can see what I'm getting to here. I'm going to put stairs off of this, and I want the stairs to be able to rotate all the way underneath so they tuck up under here. I don't know how. I don't know if that's going to be possible. Like when it's not on the seafloor to tuck them under, and when it's approaching the seafloor to bring them out. I don't know if that's going to be a thing that's possible. I want to have it like auto-programmed for depth. You know, if there's so much depth underneath the. Well, and here's another thing. If I bring that down like that, I want to keep it up a little bit just in case the ground's not level. I don't know how else I can do that. I mean, there's a few different ways. Some of them probably cheesier than others. I can think of one right now where I would, instead of doing this and coming out from the bottom, I would have the actual stairs swinging from the side, like this. I would have a rotation here, probably coming from here. So something like this with a rotation, or pivot, I should say. Compact pivot. So something like this. Merge those together, and that would lower down and lock in. You know. Actually, unmerge those because I would want to. I want to design it so it kind of locked into itself. So what I would probably do is put some kind of magnet underneath for when it comes down. But to do that, you'd have to build it up. You have to build it standing up almost. So I want to very quickly get at least this door done and the stairs done, and then I'll work on the airlock next time. Resize. So we'll come out to there. That. Copy. Oh, I didn't want to copy. Clear content. Move cut. And I want to rotate it. Well, not like that. I want to rotate it like that. Put it up like this. And then you paste that in. And then you just merge that arm to that. That should swing down and just, it should miss the light and it should land down here. And then of course I could have, you know, a magnet or something underneath it so they lock together. That'd be an idea. Or just build a ledge for it to sit on, kind of thing, you know. Something to catch it. Something to catch it. Or even electric connectors would work. I think they would work. So I put one here. Well, I can't put one there because that's, yeah, that wouldn't work. Because I can't actually do that. I could put one on here, and then when it swings down, it would be like down here somewhere, but that would kind of be stupid too. I could put one off this side. So when it comes down and is level down here, I think right here would be where this would want to go. Those would lock together. That would even work. Oh, that's... Oh, it's not electrical, it's electric. So if I put that there and I put that there, those should lock together when it comes down. Oh, wait a minute, no they won't. Because that is out farther. This would actually need to go out one more. Which, I mean, no biggie. No biggie, right? No biggie. So like that. That'll lock in the stairs when it comes down. Now the other thing is I can't put railings on the stairs now because the railings would be into the house or into the building. So it's just the stairs come down and lock into place with no railings. So that's a thing. That's a thing. But I could throw a toggle on that. That would be like my on binary on. So on equals 1. It could also be a door controller. Because there's an output to a door hinge and output to a door seal. So this one would probably be more apt because it would move the hinge and turn on the electrical at the same time. So that would probably be more apt to function on this. Where's my... So that would be the toggle, and then you'd have the output to the door seal, which would be that, and this. You'd have the output to the door motor, or door hinges, I should say, which would probably go 0 to 1. I'd have to check and see what they go to before I actually fire it up. So that goes up to there, that goes over to there, and that goes up to there. Okay, so if I were to toggle the door switch, or the stairs, I should say. Let's put in a toggle right here, so we can lower the stairs. Make the button orange. We'll paint around it. Okay. So assuming I press that button to bring that down, this would have to go to -1. And I think these would have to be knots. So my number would have to be -1. And the switch would have to be a knot. Yeah, okay. Update. Yep. See if it works. Hopefully the thing doesn't sink right to the bottom. Hopefully I didn't leave a hole in it. Okay. So, here's our door. Let's test our door. That's what I really want to test right now. Switch it. It comes down and locks into position. Nice. And it is locked into position. So then we press the button again. Unlocks, goes up. Beautiful. Beautiful. Even better if I put in a rotation here so that goes flat up against that. Or that goes flat up against that. Okay, let's do this really quick. Oh, it didn't make it in. Come on, get in there. Okay, we're in. Alright, so... light's not working. At all. Okay, camera's working. Depth to see floor is only 2 feet. Really? That doesn't seem right. Oh, it is kind of right there. Yep, yep. Okay, we're there. Alright. We're definitely there. Alright. So here's our control console here. We've got the surface platforms, the foot magnets. Does not work. Foot magnet 1 does not work, so I'm assuming if the foot magnet 1 doesn't work, I am assuming that I didn't hook up power to it. So how does, okay, that's not colored right. Radio transmit works. Screen does not work, but I think it only comes on if you sit in the chair. Yeah, okay. Okay, so screen works. Radio transmit works. Alright. Oxygen system. That's our air pressure at 1.04. Oh. That, okay, so I have to change that. Because that's supposed to be reading fresh water. And that's supposed to be a toggle for... That's supposed to be a toggle for the machine to kick on. And start creating fresh water. Okay, so I have to wire this to my machine over there. Oxygen system pressure, 0. I have 0 pressure in the system. Base air pressure is 1 atmosphere. Oxygen storage level is 0. Oh, because I haven't made oxygen. That's right, it doesn't start. It doesn't actually start full. Okay, that light works. Yes, let's see if our... Okay, so this water fill of 0 oxygen, no oxygen. Okay, so this is all good here. That is so cool. So we gotta open this to let the oxygen into the ship, into our oxygen system. We have the storage tanks, but we still need to let the oxygen into the system. And this is for dumping our hydrogen. So we don't have any hydrogen to dump right now, so we won't dump it. Okay. That is fun. That's where our airlock's going to be. So we got this room here now, which is our... Oh, I got to take this out because this room here is now a part of this room. I guess I could turn it into a bathroom or something. And then we open into our machine room, which has our all of our things on it. Generator's running. Let's kick this on. Kick on the desal plant. So this should be sucking water from outside. Oh, that's air. That's air. That's if there's air in the system, right? Okay, that should be. I should be pumping that outside too. But whatever. It is what it is. Alright, so we're filling up on water. Our generator's kicking like a mule. So our water processor is up and running. Okay. Now come back here. Turn this on. Okay, and we start getting water here. Actually, these pumps here should be controlled by that over there. Not this here. This switch here should run off the center tanks. Or it should run off its internal tank. It shouldn't be sitting here waiting. Why isn't that dumping the hydrogen outside? Should be dumping it out. What's my flow rate on the flue port? Nothing. That's a gas valve. That's open. That's connected. That tank's got air in it. That doesn't dump either. Huh. Interesting. Maybe the pressure's not high enough. We are generating oxygen though. A little bit. A little tiny bit here and there. So then if we come out to here, our air pressure's at 0. Our oxygen storage is going up. Okay, so that works. This is oxygen system pressure. Okay, it is going up. Oh, this reads from the pipe up there. So yeah, we have a little tiny bit of pressure at the pipe, but the storage is there. Okay, so this is. Yeah, I should be able to control everything from here. This switch here should turn on our oxygen generator over there. This switch here should turn on our fresh water creator over there. So these two systems, these two switches are dead and they shouldn't be. And this is our air vent system, which should work if our air pressure reaches, below 1. Okay, so I need to hook these two switches up to make sure they're good. Other than that, I pretty much think. And some lights. I got some lights to fix. And a button. I have a button to fix. I have the foot magnet button to fix. So let's go anchors out. Magnets on. Okay, so I got a green light. Which means that all the anchors are locked. So let's bring the anchors in, which should dive us. Should pull us down. Okay. We are. Well, we're as down as the anchors will go, I guess. I don't know. We should go deeper than that. But I'm guessing that's the maximum strength of the anchors or something? I don't know. Why aren't we going deeper than that? Are those suckers in all the way? That's in all the way. Whoops. I just kind of shut off the magnets. Well, the anchors probably went flying into the air. Oh no, look at how short they are. Huh. Okay, anchors in. Okay, so I am going to need to... The ballast tanks are going to have to run. I will have to use the ballast. So we're going to have to set up, or I'm going to have to set up, I should say, a way to flood these tanks ridiculously fast. And empty them fast. I need to flood them fast and empty them fast. Because we need this thing to be able to sink. Not kind of hold its pose just above the surface, or just above the floor of the ocean. We need it to actually get to the bottom. So, I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to end this video, and I'm going to play around a little bit with the ballast system, and I'm going to play around a little bit with the, just fixing the little glitches that are here and there. I don't know if I want to do another video on modifying this thing. I don't know how you guys feel about that. You know what? Maybe I will. Maybe I'll do another video on modifying this thing. I won't rob you guys of that. I won't rob you guys of that. So I have a few little glitches to fix here and there. Other than that, everything seems to be good. Like, I can reach that button from here. That's cool. So yeah. Hopefully in the next episode, I will have all of this completed. Where up the lights there? Exterior base lights. Do they all work? They all work. Oh yeah. That'll light up the sea. Oh. It's like saying, hello, how you doing? Just lighting up Broadway. Oh, but only one of my belly lights is working. Okay. So I'll have to check that belly light, make sure it's connected into the system as well. Make sure it's on the toggle. Okay, and I really have to set up some high-powered, high-speed pumps into this, into these ballast tanks. This is going to take way too long to fill. You can't even see the water in the ballast tanks yet. They're so empty still. They are so empty. So, I mean, I will set up some turbine pumps and some big-ass motors and get that water moving. Because we're going to have to flood it faster than it floods. I actually think right now it just uses two large pumps on either end. I think that's all it does to flood it. I think it uses two large pumps to flood, and I think smaller pumps to empty, something like that. If you look down at the end here, this is the ballast system. This is I think this is the dumping. This is the emptying. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, because this is pumping out. So this is the emptying. And the filling is these two pumps. It's just two pumps to fill, and two pumps to empty. So I'm pretty sure I can do better than that. I'm damn sure I can do better than that. I have done better than that. So what we're going to do next time, we are going to redo the ballast system, because it is in dire need of an overhaul. We will redo the ballast system and fix all the little glitches we got going on. I do like the staircase. I wish I could have a railing on it, because that would be really nice. But, you know, do you really need a railing underwater? Not really. And we'll finish the airlock. We'll finish the airlock design. The airlock chamber is actually going to be a fairly large chamber. It's going to take up a nice chunk of this corner. And the reason for that is, and all the pumps are going to be in the roof, by the way. They're all going to be up here in the roof. Everything, all the pumping is going to be done in the roof. So the reason it's going to be a relatively large room is for multiple characters. If I have to bring a bunch of characters in here at once, or if I have to dock a sub on it, which is another thing I'm going to do. I'm going to put a dock hatch on the side over here. There's going to be an actual docking hatch, so I can dock with something. But aside from that, or not, so I can dock with something. I shouldn't say so I can dock with something. I should say so there'll be a docking hatch on the side here in case there's like go rescue from this submarine or something like that, and I get down there and find that the submarine has a docking hatch and that's the only way in, then I will need a docking hatch. So I'll put a docking hatch on the side here, maybe a couple of winches, so I can winch things into position. You know, or maybe even a docking hatch. I wouldn't do a docking hatch on the bottom, that would be too difficult. But yeah, I'd have to have one on the side. Maybe something that comes out and down. I don't know. I'll have to think about it. I'll have to think about how I could do a docking hatch that I would be able to connect to. Excuse me. That I would be able to connect to, you know, some other building. Yeah, I don't know. Even maybe, I don't know. I was gonna say maybe even a portable airlock, but that would be I think difficult to make. I think a portable airlock would be very difficult to make. And when I say portable airlock, I mean basically like a small chamber, a small room that would have one of these dock doors on the side of it. It'd have one of these dock doors on the side of it. It would have one of these dock doors on the bottom of it. And then what you would do is it would be buoyant, so you would actually have winches, and you'd bring it over to the target, attach it to the target, and then you'd load up, like you get the people into it, close it, winch it back to the ship, and then once it's connected to the side of the ship, you can open the hatch and everybody can come in. So there's actually they wouldn't actually be in the water at any point in time. That would be a nice system to have, and I could probably build it into the side here, but I don't know if that would be something that I would be able to do. You know, I'm getting all kinds of ideas now for it, which kind of sucks because I don't want to build it. I don't. I'm not good at that. I'm not good at submarines or submersibles. I'm not good at submersibles. But now I'm thinking to myself, that's something I can do. But I'm not good at submersibles. So anyway, I gotta go on here. So we'll save this project and we'll come back to it the next time. Next video. We'll save this project, we'll come back to it, and maybe I'll work on maybe I'll work on some kind of dive bell that I can swim around with, or even it'll have a little motor on it, or a little propeller on it, so I can drive it around, kind of thing. I don't know. It's gonna be a difficult build. It's gonna be a very difficult build. So much more complex than this. Believe it or not, this is easy compared to something like that. compared to like a submarine vehicle, so, or a submersible vehicle. So anyway, that'll be next time. So take care, everybody. This is Jodian signing off. You have a great day, and I'll talk to you later.